Hi the berries and hey niece, if niece is watching this. I hope you guys are all doing well. This is a different video than what I usually do. Um, in fact, I've never done this type of video before where I'm looking at someone else's coaching session and kind of giving my feedback. The main reason why I'm doing this is because it may seem a bit self-indulgent or whatever, but I Google myself occasionally just to make sure there's no like drama or anything like that. And one of the places where I do that is on the Reddit. So on Reddit, I put my name in here and just make sure like nothing in the last week is like got anything crazy. Sometimes I see some nice stuff here, sometimes I see some bad stuff, but I just like checking up on, you know, the public's opinion on me and making sure that I'm on the right track and not doing anything too outrageous or whatever. So one of the weird things that I was noticed there was, is Nice a bad coach? So it's like, well, I know Nice does coaching sessions and stuff. I'm aware of him. I don't watch his content, but I know there's people in my community that watch his coaching sessions and things like that. So I was like, what's going on here? Why am I like mentioned in this? So apparently it's to do with a Xerath support. I haven't looked at the video at all, so I'm going in this completely blind. And if Nice did absolutely nothing wrong here, I'm actually going to tweet out and just say like Nice is actually a good coach and this video would never be seen. Or maybe it will be seen. I think it'd be nice to, you know, if Nice is a good support coach to add that to the recommendation list. So he says, I find it hard to process why this Xerath player got coaching from a top laner instead of someone like Bizzleberry. Well, on the main note, I don't do much coaching. I do the occasional free coaching for people. Like I've tried some coaching series, but honestly, coaching is so small part of my content that I would still recommend people to seek professional coaches out. I mean, I've only done like 50, 60 coaching sessions, so I'm not exactly the most professional person at being in the coaching position. Anyway, this person goes on to say, Nice sets him up into the Tri-Brush against Swain and Vayne combo. There is no universe in existence where I would want to be in a Tri-Brush level 1 with my Sivir against this when I play Xerath. Now, if they're talking about the river, like if you are red side, I think it's okay to be in that Tri-Brush with like just do like Sivir Q, Xerath W, just poke and run. Like you don't have to look for a kill, you just do a quick poke and you run away. Doing Tri-Brush plays like that is generally fine. You could even do that like behind the wall of Tri if you've got the Tri-Brush warded, if they are red side. The Tri-Brush, yeah, that must be that situation. I think that's fine. If this wasn't low silver ELO, the Xerath would have died 100%, and he almost did. Not trying to slam Nice here, but it's clearly not helping the Xerath player. And the comment section, I didn't really read through it. I think there are some people like, you know, flaming Nice and stuff like that. And I think in general, I think Nice, when I have noticed his main name mentioned in Reddit threads and stuff, I know there seems to be a lot of critics to him, and I won't name the streamer. I was watching a streamer that is known in the community, particularly like in my community as well, as someone who is chilled and laid back and nice. But he was watching Nice's content and honestly just kind of slating him, and it felt really awkward. So yeah, I don't know why. I think people just like bashing on Nice, but you know, I'm going to go into this video and give my thoughts. Just going pure. This is no bad intent towards Nice at all. I just want to, you know, kind of see, you know, what this drama is about. And I don't like when people mention my name, like randomly dropping my name in a thread like this. So let's just have a quick look at the situation involved. And maybe we can have a look a bit more of the video and kind of give my...
So I usually take a control
thoughts
ward since I am Xerath instead of the 2 pots.
Depends on the matchup. Versus Swain, I wouldn't. Yeah,
I would never take a control ward level 1. Honestly, even on Yuumi, I think in solo queue taking control ward level 1 is like int. I think you should be using those health potions as a resource to harass the opponent. Yeah, I never take a control ward level 1.
Wouldn't do that because it's a little dangerous. Because again, you would be saying that you've got
Looking at those runes there, it's nice that he's added the runes. Sorcery Tree is fine. You could have opted into Transcendence instead of Absolute Focus. Free boots. It's a difficult one to say. Xerath is very immobile early, and if you're up against someone like Swain, where you kind of would like the movement speed to avoid the engages, I think it's probably a little bit too greedy. I personally would probably just take the Cosmic Insight, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. I think Cookies here is mandatory because the Xerath's mana regen, even with his passive, is pretty bad. You could even do something like Time Warp Tonic if you really wanted to, but I can kind of see like the direction that Cosmic Insight isn't overly useful on Xerath, but I mean, you can get like an extra second off your proc of Ludens if you are going the Ludens route too with the Cosmic Insight, so nothing too dramatically wrong with those runes.
It's your perfect positioning, right? And you're not going to take any damage.
Exhaust on the Xerath. Okay.
It's pretty tough to promise. Press escape real quick, and this is something that I have in the videos for the app. So go to interface and turn the HUD down to 0. It's gonna make your life a little easier on the
100%. In one of my videos, I literally tell people to do that. Like, look how much extra room that this person gets to see now. I see pro players like have massive UIs like this as well. Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, you don't need to have all this. Also, if he hasn't had it already, I would recommend the mana tracker in the top right hand corner, and yeah, that's the main one.
And turn the HUD down to 0. It's gonna make your life a little easier on the eyes. All right. So we're not leashing, so I'm gonna go to that Tribe Rush. Let's go and assist ping the Tribe Rush. You know how to do that? Perfect.
Okay, yeah, so this is what the Reddit post was talking about. I think this play is fine.
What you're gonna do is, this is gonna be a very, very short trade. You're facing a Warwick, so if you dick around too long, he'll just walk over and start fighting you after red.
Okay, I just realized this is a live coaching session. I should have just realized this ages ago. Yeah, this is a live. So Nice is watching this gameplay live and talking to him live through the game. This isn't a VOD review. So that he isn't watching one of the replays. This is a live gameplay.
So we're just gonna like
Yeah, so he should have taken W here. The Xerath should 100% W here. So there's 2 reasons why you take W level 1. Well, there's actually like 3. W actually does more damage if you hit it in centrally. It does a slow, and actually it costs 10 less mana. But you don't max W first, because in lane, you're going to want the Q range to actually be able to apply the damage. Otherwise, if you do W, then you're putting yourself in risk of getting caught out. So W level 1 is pretty much mandatory on Xerath. So I would have mentioned that.
Auto Q and pull back like through the riverside into lane.
So yeah, auto Q is going to be a bit more difficult here because now the enemy isn't slowed. If it was a W, they would be slowed by about, I think it's 20%. Don't quote me on the numbers on this. It's been a while since I played Xerath support. But yeah, so here it would be like a hit and run. I'm going to rewind and just check Nice said that, but like it would be literally hit and run. It'd be, ideally it would be W. I don't think I would even recommend auto here. I think it'd just be W and run. Yeah, I just wouldn't risk taking any trade back. It'd just be 100% free trade. W poke, Sivir does her Q, and then you just run, and then get back into lane, and then you're like in a decent lane situation from that point onwards.
Start fighting you after red. So we're just gonna like auto Q and pull back like through the riverside into lane.
Yes, that's what he's saying. He's saying hit and run. I wouldn't recommend, as I said, I wouldn't recommend the auto. A W would be much nicer here. Also, it would slow the Vayne from getting into lane too. So,
yep, auto Q and then pull back.
That's also another issue of the Q as well, because it's like you're rooting yourself essentially like that. So, yeah, what would potentially be better here is letting Sivir stay in the Tribe Rush. Xerath pulling back a little bit, letting him do like the full channel laser coming across, letting that laser set off, and then like Sivir can just still do her Q and just run away. Oh, and then Swain has a really nice E.
Yeah, he might come for you, and this is also I take a pot.
So the thought there, so yeah, so those Reddit comments were actually just, I can see both perspectives of the Reddit comments, but like, if this was W, this would be clean. Q makes it a little bit more awkward. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend the auto attack trade here either, but The play in general, I can see it. It's potentially fine. The execution of this play, not the best. I don't think this is necessarily Nice's fault. Like, he had already leveled the Q. I think it could have been like organized a little bit sooner potentially, but yeah, this isn't. I don't think it's fair to criticize Nice that much here. Like, the play itself is fine.
So yeah, use your pot and yeah, get brush control right away and start poking.
Swain did get taken quite low. I'm quite surprised that they managed to do that amount of damage to him. So yeah, at this point,
right away. That's good.
At this point, you're looking to try and get 2. So the Zara should be hitting melee minions to try and get level 2.
Like,
yeah, I mean, Nice is doing a good job
auto
here.
the healthier melee creep. Melee creeps. They'll get you 2 faster. I'd walk up and W.
Okay, so yeah, you got level 2 advantage. In this exact situation here, the distance between the Xerath and the Swain is decent, because if he had W, I personally would probably take E here just to force out the Swain flash. So W and then E, because they're slowed, it's an easier stun land as well. I think even though the Xerath got caught here, I think he can still be aggressive. He kind of panics. Like, he has a level advantage, so nice double E, nice double laser.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's why we push hard for 2. Okay, so we need to go and ward up river because we're facing a Warwick, and champion like runs at you in a straight line when you get low.
He also needs to drink a health potion as well, just to get rid of the Warwick passive
let's walk
too.
up and pressure. We know Swain has no flash.
Nice. Yeah, all he can do in terms of like, the only auto attacks he wants to do on this wave is just auto attack for his passive mana. He doesn't want to push in. This is a good lane spot right now. He should be lasering a bit more though. Nice.
I would play up well, actually I see why you're afraid. You're afraid of the Swain pull. That's fine. I would try to find some W harass though too, since Swain's so far back.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
There you go.
Into the queue. Yeah. So the slow sets up an easier queue, but obviously you have to be a little bit nearer. Or to hit the minion for mana, even if they're low, I'd still do it. Because you don't get it from the turret when you auto hit. Which is annoying. They should probably... Ooh. That's a nice queue. So now at this point, I would probably push this lane as quickly as possible and go for a reset. Doesn't look like Nice is paying attention. I mean, the scuttle play here, it's... Whoa, what happened to the Xerath E there? It went through the scuttle? Yeah, Xerath doesn't need to be here now.
Alright. So I'd probably get a shove off here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Nice looked distracted, but I think that just pushing in the wave here, looking for a quick reset, would have been enough to help pressure into Kayn getting bot side prio anyway, because of the way it's pushed in, and then you could recall in a position where the enemy don't know if they're helping in the river or not. That would off-put the jungler in theory, at least in high ELO. In silver, anything can happen here. This is not good, what's happening here. Like, you could... Oh, this is before the Swain dies. I mean, the Sivir and the Xerath have such good wave clear here. Yeah, this would be Sivir popping W, Xerath just QW this wave and just recall. But this is a weird Xerath E. I want to see it because it goes through Scuttle. Anyway. So did they get the reset off? Now this is now why it's bad. I think, I don't know, I would have liked to have thought if Nice was paying attention. He looked like he got distracted there. But now you're in a situation where Swain has recalled and bought back, and now you've got 2 poke champions on like 10% mana, and they won't be able to use, they can't use their mana to both harass and wave manipulate. So I don't know when they're going to be able to get a good recall here, but now it's really, really bad. I mean, just like, it's crazy in League. Like 10 seconds of you know, not doing the right thing equals a bad wave state like this. Because yeah, now the Swain can threaten for a kill. He missed his E. So when Swain is actually really squishy pre-6. Whenever he misses his claw like that, I would like tell the Xerath to be aggressive here, because you could still, when you auto hit a champion with Xerath, you get double mana back. So as soon as he dodges that, he could. It's going to be difficult because the Vayne could condemn into the Xerath here, so he has to pull away from the rocks. So he would have to walk into the minion line a bit, so not get condemned into the alcove.
You need to auto a minion for your passive.
Or to the champion. There you go. The focus here from Sivir is oof. Like Swain should be the priority.
Nice.
Mm.
Consume your biscuit.
I think you just have to recall here. I don't think you can be. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't be greedy here.
Good.
Like your AD carry is dead. That's a nice stun.
Reset it then.
Yep.
Now, one thing that you want to try to get more value out of. Go ahead. He canceled your back. Yeah.
Oof.
One thing you want to get more value out of is you want to get more value out of your passive. Do you have? So I would go Mana Crystal and Dark Seal.
Okay, I'm not a fan of Dark Seal, just in general. I just don't like the item. I think, I know there's people that do like it, and there's people like me that don't like it. I personally don't like it. I think this is where like the free boots becomes a little bit of an issue. I personally here would do like, if I had the boots option, he can't buy boots because he's got the rune. But it would be boots. That would be 400 gold. It would be boots, mana crystal, and then probably potions from then on. I probably wouldn't bother with a control word.
Do you have?
Depends on how much money. I can't work out the math there. Maybe I would. Depends on how much money I had left.
And are you still on the mic, by the way, or did it like bug out?
I am. I just
No, it's cool. It's totally cool. I just
I'm just really bad with push to talk.
No, I am too. I'm terrible with it. I'll be honest with you. I don't use it.
There's been a couple times where I've tried to respond to you, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can't talk.
The Dark Seal's gonna
obviously, but why Mana Crystal when I have my passive and the book would make me deal more?
Okay, so I can understand the theory of the Mana Crystal. I'm going to answer the question for him and then see what News says. So, Mana Crystal can help if you are finding yourself having mana issues in lane. The passive isn't enough to sustain Xerath's spell harassment. That's why you have to go for a Lost Chapter as quickly as possible. We're going to hear about why the Dark Seal. I'm interested to hear the reasoning behind the Dark Seal. You know, I guess because he can't buy boots and he's got like an awkward amount of gold left. So I guess that could be a valid reason. I would have liked to see him buy a potion here. I think he could have bought a potion on top of this. I think it's a bit greedy to not buy at least one potion. But we'll see. But yeah, that's the main reason why it's okay to buy a Mana Crystal on Xerath, because it's part of the Lost Chapter build path, and you want to get that Lost Chapter as quickly as possible, and the mana does help.
Because the Dark Seal is going to cover AP for the time being. That's the main thing, and then mana's still cool. Like obviously you have the passive, but mana's still useful, and getting a couple more rallies of this off. And then if you get the kills, you can still snowball the lane. They haven't really gotten our sums, so I'm not afraid to go Dark Seal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I got you. So we're gonna go
yeah, the thing is I would never go Dark Seal because I would buy boots at this stage. I think boots early is huge, so I just prefer boots. So I guess it's just personal preference. Like I wouldn't have had the free boots rune, and I would have had bought my own boots at this point instead of the Dark Seal, and I probably would have had, I think it would have been what, Lost Amplifying Tome instead to make up for the AP. So yeah, I would have had more movement speed but less maximum mana essentially from the different builds.
We're gonna just hard pressure this shit out of this guy and try to kill him since Vayne has to back.
Good harassment again.
If we can push him out, that would be perfect.
I'm a bit worried.
Ward try right now
yeah, I was literally just gonna say I'm a bit worried by this Tribrush situation. So I think Nice overall is doing a decent job at his coaching session.
We have a nice little window.
Apart from the blip where he kind of zoned out, I think that put him in a iffy recall situation. I think maybe Sivir wouldn't have had to die, but I mean, ignoring that, I think this is fine. The mythology behind it makes sense.
Do I move to dragon now?
Could have probably hit the turret one more time though.
Go ahead and shove this next wave off. Like basically queue the whole wave. I don't really care about Swain quite as much. Okay, so Warwick's top. So I would honestly try to use your passive to get some more mana back. Since Warwick's all the way up there and he's going for red, I'm going to be pressuring bot really hard. So like really get up.
So you guys didn't see it on the minimap. Their Warwick, enemy Warwick, just went into their red side. So he's on the opposite side, direct opposite of the map, which means that you're definitely in a 2v2 situation. Kayn is actually doing you know what, I'm gonna move myself. Scuffed editing here. So Kayn is currently doing the dragon. So they know they have a player advantage on the bot side. So yeah, you can definitely play aggressive here.
Up on them. The only thing you have to dodge is Swain grab, which is just kind of a mechanics test. Either you dodge it or you don't. Mid's missing, so there is a chance that it roams. Who's their mid again? Yone. Okay, so go ahead and shove this wave before rotating. Shove the wave first. Yep. Keep autoing. Keep autoing the wave. Autos count too for shove.
And mana as well.
It really does add up. You'd be amazed. I don't know why she's leaving with the wave like that. I would stay in shove.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, I would stay in shove as well, yeah.
Nice, dude.
Alright, just had a slight technical hitch, so we'll jump back into this. Sorry about this. Weird edit there.
Nice, dude. Stay in lane. You're getting too distracted by weirdness right now. I want to help the guy with dragon, but it's more helpful if we just push. Now we just shove this under, and we can decide how we want to play it from here.
Yep, that's the fine call. Just poke as much as you can.
He's probably getting pinged by Warwick that a gank's coming.
He also
he walked up.
Needs to try and also hit those minions a little bit just to top up his mana slightly.
Really weirdly. So I would just reset here. I would just back up. You guys got some good gold.
I think they could probably stay here. Swain is probably playing up a little bit aggressive because his jungler's here. I would argue the fact that they're pretty low. I think recording here is fine. Would like to see this spell thief just got completed here, so he could ward the tribe this brush here that he's in. As he's recalling, if he was going to go for a reset here.
He's got vision there or what?
Yeah, so you have to respect the fact that the Swain moved up. I definitely would have had a ward in here still though.
But feels like it. All right, we'll stay for one more since he look where Kayn is. We gotta stay.
Yeah, Kayn's pretty deep. I think this is fine to stay. I think they could have stayed anyway. I think it wouldn't necessarily have been a wrong decision. The amount of gold that he's got left in his inventory isn't enough for that much. Not sure about the Sivir, but okay, if the Sivir, okay, a Sivir didn't cancel her recall, so you're gonna have to play this lane like you can't. It's too late to recall. Yeah, and Kayn is like in a really deep position now and bot lane can't help. I would stay in the lane and just max range harass / get CS.
Okay, well.
Probably have to do a defensive ward now because you're going to be pushed in for sure.
I would just linger. Yeah.
Like you should put this brush in this lane because you know you're going to be pushed in.
Yeah, just play defensive. As long as they're not killing your Kayn, that's why I wanted you to show. Because I don't want them to just rotate over while we're back, right?
Yeah, plus this lets me defend the plate.
Yeah. See, there's the Warwick finally.
Yeah, you can freeze this wave.
We might be able to rotate.
That's a nice little freeze
He's
though.
going deep. Yeah, he's going really deep.
So the Kayn's been chasing his own jungle.
We don't want to get caught. This angle would be really gross. And you would just back right here, I think.
I don't think you should recall here. Look how close he is to ulti and he can't really get that decent of a buy. Siv's just come back from lane with a buy. He should totally stay. Like Sivir has item advantage over the enemy bot lane. So you should probably just use that to exploit that. Maybe you can force them to stay down here even longer. You're going to hit 6 soon, so maybe you can get something with your ultimate.
Sivir will get her XP, and you can go buy.
This is really dangerous. I mean, I know it's Sivir, and leaving like Sivir in general is a bit safe, but this is like silver elo, so I wouldn't feel very confident leaving my AD carry by themselves in it like this.
Switch to a sweeper.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Here I would, yeah, get sweeper's fine.
Second book, so I had you
Second
back.
book, wait, here it's fine.
Cool.
Sivir's dying. Sivir just went to 1 HP.
Okay, Sivir burned what? Heal and what? What else?
Flat must have been flash.
Flash.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you don't leave your AD carry. Literally, as I said, you don't leave your AD carry by themselves like that. I think they could have just stayed. He could have just stayed and put pressure in the bot lane. I think the recall timing there was not good. Because now you got the thing is now Sivir has to recall. So now you have to like, do you wait for Sivir to come back into the lane, or do you do the same kind of thing that she did, and then you end up low health, and then you have to, it's now a mess. Like Xerath had enough resources to stay in lane, and these two tomes aren't gonna like
so we know Warwick's top now.
Change too much.
And we also know that we can, when we show up, we want to push hard because Warwick's top, right? So we really want to like drill this tower when we get back.
Kane's dead.
Cool.
Yep.
Yep. Hard shove the wave. This Vayne has double buffs. I want to kill her and take him.
I don't think he's gonna get to kill the Vayne, but hard shoving here is right, just to keep the Vayne in lane as long as possible. If the Xerath can keep the Vayne in lane until Sivir comes down, then maybe we can look for a kill. But you want to keep the Vayne in lane
exhaust, so I'm not too afraid.
as long as possible, ideally, so she doesn't get to spend that gold that she just got.
Did he back?
I think she backed.
Doubles? Wow. Okay, take a plate then.
Cool mechanic here. Kane's body was still on the floor there, so Xerath was still generating plus 20 gold from Spell Thieves. So he actually managed to get an extra 60 gold there, which is cool.
Anymore, and then we're gonna go over to. Don't take this from Sivir. Like, you're cool to push, but just don't take the farm from her.
Yeah, you can get the minions down to low health, and then Sivir can just AoE clear this.
That's all.
You could W the melee minions there too, to be honest.
Now let's go ward try. We have a little window to do so.
Sweep river.
Good ward timing.
No. I don't think they have vision yet there. I don't.
Yeah, you don't want to use ward sweep. What you could do is, if you're afraid of the enemy top laner having teleport, you could sweep the lane. Like, go all the way back to your own brush in the lane and just make sure they have no vision there, so that you don't get teleport like ganked down from that way. Also ensures that, you know, they have no vit wards in the lane too, so that you can just harass for free.
I didn't see them cross over, did you?
Just brief.
Yeah, I don't think they did it. I'll play defensive here.
I think they could have had a ward there. Like, Sivir was overextended, and then Vayne was chasing down the Sivir. I think they had full lane priority at that point. I think they could have had a ward there.
And Warwick could have started rotating down here. So we're gonna play defensive for a bit. You're allowed to poke max range Q though.
Right, as soon as Swain does that, clears up that brush, I'm thinking, okay, are we getting ganked? We have no vision in the river. I would move up and put a ward in like the river area.
Make sure it's max range. All right, that guy just cleared vision, so that should be a red flag for you to play more defensively.
But he's a ward in the river.
You can ward right now while you have a little window. But
I can tell this guy's going to be terrible at warding this game. I don't know if he's going to be just nervous or something, but so far I'm not happy with the warding.
Like kind of between try and river, like that little position right there to your left more.
He should ward here. I don't know where he's going to ward, but he should be warding around about here. That way you can see people coming through like this path here and up here. Yeah,
that's good. That's good. I just want to be able to see all the angles of like the gank.
Because if Warwick comes through this little corridor on the left where their tri-brush is, it's going to see the Warwick way too late. It's going to be too late at that point.
Mid. I usually try to ward the entrance of drag, because then I have vision on drag as well as a potential gank from river.
Uh-oh. Oh, you got lucky there. All right, let's go poke this guy since Warwick's at mid.
Decent Q. Nice. Sivir Q. Yeah, ult straight away.
Let's try.
I think he should do smart cast on R.
Just shove the way.
It'd be much easier to aim. Like, just have the R on like smart cast, so you just press the button rather than having the circle to aim with. Because it's just aim with your cursor, right? You don't need to know the circle range. I think smart cast on R on Seraph is mandatory. I don't think you should play it without it.
Stick a plate. Warwick's still top. Careful the all.
Careful, yeah, because you can get condemned like that.
Could mean Yone's coming. Could mean a lot of things. I guess it means nothing because he ran all the way home. Cool, he's low, so I'm hard shoving.
Yeah, you want to bully them like crazy here.
Hard shove, get him under tower.
Still got a ward. Kane's on your jungle side, so yeah, you just
let him have it, dude. Let him have it.
Yeah,
keep autoing the wave too.
Hit
Remember,
auto.
Autoing is part of the push too.
Shove.
When
like honestly, I think there's too much emphasis on like taking the silver CS. Like yeah, obviously you kind of don't want to take it, but like the priority here is the urgency is just pushing in as much as possible to deny them as much as possible. So okay, you might accidentally take a minion or two, but like I think it's a bit anal to be worrying about that too much.
Up to the healthier ones.
Gotcha.
Q, harass. The urgency is not there.
I'm pretty low, I'm staying.
I probably would have done a flash play, so you do like the Q wind up and then you flash forward to kill that Swain. I would have done that. I would punish them as much as possible here.
You can poke, you can be aggressive with it. One tower shot's not gonna kill you.
Do I rotate?
Just block them. Block
okay,
them.
right.
The targets that could
rotate
is
So Vayne managed to recall.
Stick a plate. Warwick's still top. Careful.
Yeah, I think
when he
did I go
walks
back
you
too
like
far?
that, you gotta be respectful.
Yeah, I went too far.
Let him have it, dude. Let him have it.
Yeah.
Keep autoing the wave too. Remember, autoing is
yeah. So it's been shove.
swap to the healthier ones.
Gotcha.
Like the priority here should be harassing and then auto hitting the turret. The reason behind that is because it's going to take such a long time with these two champions just to get the second last plate here, and this Swain is so low. I think he should be just winding as he's walking in here. Is just wind up his Q. Could have maybe got the kill there. Yeah.
They're pretty low.
Or you could do the flash Q as I mentioned.
There and Warwick dead. You can poke. You could be aggressive with it.
Yeah, you could have W'd.
Shot's not gonna kill you.
Nice. Okay, this rotation here. Okay, so there's some things going on here. There's a lot of information here in the minimap. So Kayn is doing Dragon. We don't have a Shen ulti, but that's probably not going to be a factor in anyone's mind at this ELO. The main thing to take note of is that the Kayn's on the Dragon, so the focal point of the game right now is Dragon, and wherever or not this Kayn's going to secure it. Unfortunately, we don't know what the Dragon's health situation. I think he just pulled it. So, and Sivers already made it kind of clear, made it obvious with the vision that she's heading in that direction anyway. So it's a good indication from the enemy team, even if they don't have a ward on the area, that Dragon's been pulled. If I was a Xerath, I'd ward over this wall. And just make sure no one is coming up from the Krugs area or Thane or someone is like coming up from up here, because if they are, like Thane was really low, you could stand like where Sivir is essentially and just like nuke them if the Vayne does come up to look to come and play for this. Alternatively, you could hug the right hand side wall here and move up and kind of catch up with Kayn, but you need to make use of this ward that we have here, and I would not be in lane by myself here. I wouldn't risk it. Like Vayne, even with that low HP, all it takes is one tumble and you're screwed. So we'll see.
Do I rotate?
Just block them. Block them. The targets that could rotate right now.
Block them. Okay, so I think he's saying that block them coming from the tri-brush. I don't know why the Xerath's now pushing in this wave.
I care about.
Okay, so now that wave is now screwed because, like, no matter what, if we lose a dragon fight now, that wave is slow pushing towards the enemy turret, so that wave is now messed up.
Like the Vayne and the fucking Swain guy.
Now we're face checking a tri-brush. Okay, that Vayne came out of nowhere.
That's what I was wondering. Good play. So, see, you're getting too distracted by what your teammates are doing.
What? First is a good play, and now it's not. Yeah, like, the Xerath just looked clueless, and he had no idea what to do in that fight, that situation. So, like, as I mentioned before, if we had a ward here, we would be able to catch this Vayne coming up here, and we wouldn't have even been like caught out like that. That ward not catching the Vayne though is kind of weird, but that's still a dramatic face check. Like the two options here were ward over this wall and nuke anyone that comes over potentially while you're keeping in a massive safe distance, like no one can get you from here, or you hug the wall and join up with your team. I prefer the team play move, but you don't want to be in lane by yourself. That's just insane.
Do I rotate?
Be interested to hear the advice coming out here, because he did say it was a good play, and then he's now gone back on himself, so we'll see.
So, see, you're getting too distracted by what your teammates are doing. Right? You had these guys low, and 2 targets super low, and we're playing Xerath with Darksteel, right? So stop worrying about the Yone. Like, just play your game. Play your game.
I have no idea what he's talking about here.
Xerath cares more about those wave positions than running around the map.
Yeah,
I agree that it's difficult to rotate and stuff with Xerath, but I think you can definitely link up with the dragon area though, especially when 2 of your teammates have made it super obvious that you're pulling for the objective. In Silver Elo, it's likely that there's going to be a fight there anyway, so it's better to have a numbers advantage than to not. I think the advice is ignore what your teammates are doing is rough as well, because it's like it's kind of like a solo queue mentality. I'm not keen on it. Like like our teammates are always going to be influencing what happens in the game, whether or not they're feeding or not, whether they're pulling objectives or things. I think you still have to be contributing here. You can't be in the lane by yourself. That's not even an option right now. You don't want to be in the lane by yourself as Xerath, because you could potentially, I don't know where the Warwick was going to be, but Warwick could have come through the lane with the Vayne, and we saw the Vayne already kill the Xerath anyway. So we already know that it was likely that Vayne could kill Xerath even with that low health anyway. Just took 1 tumble, as we saw. 1 tumble equals Xerath is screwed. So the right call, I think, is just go to Dragon. Just help with your team. Go to Dragon. I don't see you miss out on like 3 melee minion XP. I think in high ELO, okay, so what I think here is happening is in high ELO, so like Diamond Plus, that Vayne wouldn't have contested that dragon at all in the first place. She would have respected the fact that she was on super low HP, and she would never have contested that dragon anyway. But because we're in the lower ELO brackets, people love contesting over objectives even if they don't have the right to, and that's what Vayne's doing. What Vayne did was illegal, and she got away with it. She doesn't get to go to prison for that. So under lower ELO circumstances, I think joining up with your team for objectives is more important than over 3 melee CS, because in high ELO it is super unlikely that Vayne would go to that dragon, but because it's silver, it is likely.
I just recently started muting people, and I'm always getting flamed. Like I do that, not all the time, of course, but I do try to control the lane, but then I get flamed for not coming to assist. Like, I'm sure if I wasn't unmuted, yeah, I'm already getting pinged to use my...
Yeah,
I think muting your own team is fine. If you get tilted from that, that's absolutely fine. See where this conversation goes. I'm worried it's gonna be like, yeah, your teammates are bad, and like, you should just ignore them. You need to carry yourself on all this sort of stuff. Like, I hate this mentality. Please, I hope Nice says like, just focus on yourself, and it's okay to like obviously ignore what your teammates are saying in the chat, especially if it tilts you, but just focus on yourself still. Focus on your own mistakes. Yeah.
Well, who cares what they think though? They're bad.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of along the right lines. I wish you wouldn't say they're bad though.
I'm more concerned right now with getting these. If we're in range, I don't think we're. No, he wins that. He wins that, I think.
They just ult. Yeah, that's a really bad ult position though.
Well, who cares what they think?
It's fine to ult that, but not under the enemy turret. I think ulting there is fine, and helping out is absolutely fine. But doing it under the enemy turret, that is mental.
I'm more concerned right now with getting these.
But he's currently auto hitting the turret Oh, what? Not paying attention to the turret?
If we're in range, I don't think we're... No, he wins that. He wins that, I think.
You can see like the vein tumbling in on the minimap.
Plus, yeah, we're getting distracted. See?
Yeah, so, yeah. Okay, the ult is fine as long as you reposition for the ulti. You can't just keep auto-attacking the enemy turret while doing that. That's just madness.
You at least got the assist, though.
Yeah, it's a seal.
I'm surprised that Kane actually wins that. I thought Warwick wins in that spot, but I guess I'm wrong.
I think Warwick's
So you
like
just
2 levels behind.
play defensive. Vayne rotated. Oh, we might die here. Yeah, we're dead here. I think.
He has a cookie.
Nice try.
Try to do what I can.
Yeah, he would have survived. I think he survived the ignite anyway with like 3 HP, but if he used his cookie, he would have survived that anyway. I could tell he would survive that ignite. If he used the cookie, he would have been fine, and then he wouldn't have to go back into melee range like that. The Swain's probably gonna kill this Sivir actually.
Can to help Sivir if I'm gonna die anyway.
Oh, nice route.
That's the that's like the final boss of bot lane right now, Swain.
Yeah.
He's kind of
I'm
good.
not personally a fan of him, but
he wins games.
I see his potential.
Yeah, he wins games. But we got tower down, which is great. So what we'll do is we're actually gonna wait for our item, and we're gonna go top.
Okay. For the Rumble?
Yep.
Sounds good.
We're gonna go poke this Shen off.
One thing, did we touch on?
Sounds kind of sexual.
Okay, what? One thing, the previous buy. How did he end up with a blasting wand in this situation? Like he
and we're playing
should. I think he should have bought sock shoes instead of the blasting wand.
Seal, right?
The movement speed
So stop
plus.
worrying about the Yone. Like just
Yeah.
play.
Okay, yeah, because we're talking about something else here. So the buy isn't being mentioned here, but I would have personally liked sock shoes here for the extra movement speed. The magic penetration gives a lot of extra damage too. Over a blasting wand.
Play your game. Play your game.
I think if you're a mid, blasting ward could be more of an argument. I'm not familiar with the CSing and AP values in terms of like minions dying with Qs and stuff like that with a blasting wand as opposed to without, but I think the sock shoes are more important here.
Xerath cares more about those.
So yeah, we missed that. I missed that as well. So yeah, sock shoes with the lost chapter is ideal in my opinion.
Positions and running around the map and play defensive. Vayne rotated. Oh, we might die here. Yeah.
So this is where
He's
we
kinda
die.
good.
I'm
Yeah.
personally a fan of him.
We're gonna go poke this Shen off. Which sounds kind of sexual, but it's not.
So what does he want to go top? Alright, we're going top with Ludens now. Okay.
So you're gonna run straight up there, straight through lane. Don't be sneaky. Don't be.
Doesn't
weird.
have
Just go through the
ulti.
lane brush. That's the best way to do it. The upper brush. Yeah. Get against the wall, the top wall. What the fuck is this? Cool.
Okay, stop.
New
All right,
plan?
then we're gonna.
Okay, I think okay. There's 2 options here. So now the enemy top lane has died, and look what the Xerath's positioning is. He's like in between tier 1 and tier 2 turret top. I think the best call here is to rotate back towards mid. You're in a decent position to do so. You're not going to be able to take down this tier 1 turret. It's looking at the mini map is above half HP, and Shen isn't going to want to. Shen's probably going to want to recall at some point soon. Yeah, Xerath should rotate to mid here and help out. Like Yone is pushing in pretty hard here. There could essentially be a team fight getting broken out because of the Kayn in the wolves. We could end up having an interaction there with the Kayn. Yeah, all things here point to me to say that this Xerath should be going mid. Now, if the Xerath goes top, he could find himself in a lane situation where, I mean, Echo is going to want to go back to mid anyway. I think it'd be crazy if all 3 people stayed up top and pushed us in because you would just be leaving mid exposed. Yeah, so Echo is going to want to go back to mid and farm. Shen, like, will probably want some help pushing in the wave and then resetting. Honestly though, I think the Shen should be okay. He's level 11. He's probably got enough on him to be able to like push that in. Echo's up there. He can push in the wave coming in as well. I think Xerath should just go mid. All signs here are pointing for Xerath to go mid.
Well,
Don't say it.
Well, we should knock down
Mid?
tower. No. Shove top and knock down tower.
Okay, I don't agree
You
with
need
this.
to ward in their jungle though, so go straight down. And
Okay,
what
Echo
you're gonna do
record.
is you're gonna ward not there, deeper, like in the cross between blue. And
I think this is fine pathing to join also back into mid. Something happened mid. I think Kane actually engaged onto the mid lane, and we've got ult in 5 seconds.
Oh, like in the space between blue and green.
Yeah, there's a fight there in the mid lane.
Now go back to top.
You got ulti. What's going on?
He ulted, so we'll just shove. The wave's pushing anyways. Cue it.
Yone just okay. Okay, this is kind of frustrating because we're not looking at the minimap here. So, Kane engaged onto Yone. Shen ulted onto the Yone. It looks onto. Shen ulted Arcane. I'm having to like read the whole minimap to get this. So Shen ulted Kane because the Kane was fighting 1v1 with the Yone, presumably losing. Shen ended up dying, but the Yone died. Echo recalled in the top lane and didn't help push this in. So, and we had ulti available, like about to be ready. I think we should have been looking at that mid lane situation. I think moving to that location was fine. I think we should also be looking to ult towards mid too, and then coming back up to top now after that fight, because now Kane can push in mid by himself. Coming back up to top now to push in a wave is fine. I do not want to see him DPSing this turret though. I think pushing this wave in is fine. Rumble's just about to respawn right now. Just push in the wave and then reset. Don't get caught up on like hitting the turret or anything like that. You're not going to be able to DPS at any time with the Xerath. Nope. 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 I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay. Rumble ulted.
Yeah, if we can live, that's perfect. Just keep on running, bro.
He shouldn't have been there in the first place.
We get his ult and live, it's huge. We have exhaust.
Because now he has to reset. That turret's got no HP either.
Q from range, just focus the minions, max range. I don't think you kill him because of his shield.
Yeah, you can't kill him 1v1, but you can.
It.
Yeah, you can maybe bait for the team here, but he shouldn't have been on that turret in the first place. It's not like Xerath's going to take that turret down anytime soon. Push in the wave and then look to do other things on the map. Because now he's going to have to recall, and he hasn't got anything to really buy. I guess he can get some control wards. He hasn't been putting down wards. When he was running away from the Rumble, he could have put a ward in the lane too. Like here, like running away from this play, like he could have put a ward here.
That's perfect.
You could have put a ward there in that brush.
Just keep on running, bro.
Even that brush, like, and it just use a ward. Just use a ward, because if you're at this health anyway, you're gonna have to recall. And he's still got 2 ward charges. So just, it's not like the most amazing ward, but it's some extra vision for that top lane situation area. He needs to ward as he's moving. So we recalled.
Yes, sir.
Things are happening with Discord.
Echoes all the way down bottom. Ping mid tower. Ping mid tower. Yeah, I was gonna say, because you see how that Yone just showed bottom. Yeah.
Okay, so we can shove it. We can do like a ARAM mid for a little bit, but I will say that the jungle is dead, so you want to be careful still. You don't want to go too crazy on this turret. I think it's more like, and Siv's got no HP. You don't want to be left alone mid. I'm worried that's the bad. Sivir wants to recall here. Okay. You don't. Okay, Siv's just about to recall on no health. You do not want to be mid by yourself. You're down a jungler, and now you're down an AD carry, and you got no one on your team that's going to help you if you get caught here. They have 2 long range engages with a Rumble ulti, which should still be, might be coming off soon. He's still top. The other one is Yone, and Yone will probably be mid shortly. So you don't want to be caught 1v1 with a Yone that's already got a couple of kills, I think. So if I was a Xerath, what would I do? There isn't much to do on the map, unfortunately. Warding is the team has done some decent wards. I would say the Xerath hasn't done decent wards overall, but the team has done like that controlled at the red buff. So there's actually nothing he can do right now. He has to kind of just wait. It's really annoying. You could maybe pull chickens and do the chickens, but you would take a bit of damage from doing that.
If Swain was going through the river.
No, it looks so tempting. Don't do it. Yone and Warwick are coming right up right now. They just walked past that ward. Okay.
And then we're just gonna ARAM. No, go behind mid tower. We're just gonna ARAM. We're gonna chill.
Okay.
Okay, so we did see the Yone and the Warwick bot walk past that control ward, luckily, that got placed in the red side. But I think, like, we got vision... Like, he was already walking up to that turret to hit it before we even had vision of those two people. We didn't know exactly where the Yone or the Warwick were, so... You shouldn't have even been in a position to be able to get away with that in the first place, but whatever.
Should I let this push and just get executed?
Yeah, let it push.
Just last hit.
Yone's in the lane. Just let it push. He can ulti and stuff. You're a 0-2 AP support. You're not going to be killing anyone anytime soon. Just wave clear this quickly now. Like QW the caster minions. QW. 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 There's a fight in the river. There's a fight in the river. Nice, wake up.
Right, make sure you're paying attention.
Everyone needs to wake up, man. Alright. Yuck. Okay.
When you've got somebody in checkmate like that, you really should slow down and let them dodge themselves out.
Yeah, I agree with that. So you slow down your ulti, don't use all your ult charges at once, make the enemy dodge backwards and forwards on the spot, and essentially they're crowd controlling themselves when they do that. But there's some things about this fight I want to talk about. Everyone, just including Nice, seemed to sleep there. I don't know what was going on. The urgency of that fight was just not happening. The Xerath player's not watching the minimap as much as they should be. Yeah, this fight was weird because the Xerath started Q, which is fine, but then there's two people right in front of his face. He had W and E ready, but he used ulti.
Make sure you're paying attention.
Well, watch this. So Xerath comes in for the Q. And then he's looking to W, but he cancels the W. There's two people right here. I don't think you can prioritize ulting this person getting away. Focus on cleaning up what we got in front of us, and then that. Like, you got two people, teammates on... Well, this person's on low HP, the Echo. Siva's on low HP, but Shen's ulting in, so it's not too scary. This fight might be one... Well, we know it wins anyway, but, like, I think the urgency here is just W and E these people first, and then look to ulti snipe the other person. Yeah, they got killed quite quickly though.
When you've got somebody in checkmate like that, you really should slow down and let them dodge themselves out.
Okay, makes sense.
Because he knows he's gonna die, so he's gonna do everything to dodge, and then that's when you wait and let him checkmate himself.
Okay, it should just be Dragon, Scuttle, Recall. Now at this point, Echo's already pushed in mid, so just get Sulk Shoes now at this point.
Yep.
Scuttle, there you go. Recall. Put a ward in the brush as you're recalling though. You could even put like a deeper ward in too, like where Nice is right now in that brush. Not using the wards at all. I don't like it. I think we planted what, 2 wards in the last 5 minutes or something.
I like the move speed.
Okay, so like when you're running out of base here, you want to kind of see the position of where your teammates are going. So we've got AD carry and mid lane fighting over bot lane. Shen's still top. Kane's moving out. You're going to probably be mid lane by yourself, so just be careful. Like...
So all we do now as Xerath is we just stay mid, because Xerath support really sucks at basically vision control. He's really good at just raw damage and ARAM, so that's what we want to lean on, right? And wave clear, helping with wave clear. You guys have godly wave clear, so we're just going to play mid and let the game kind of come to us. We've got scaling too with our comp. Make sure you're looking around the map. Mini-map heads are colliding. We're not looking. Okay, so right now, look at the map.
There should be a ward be placed in the mid here. It should have mentioned it earlier. But on the tier 1 turret dying, Xerath should be warding right in the middle of this lane. Maybe you can do one slightly deeper into the lane, but like you want to see rotations. Also having a ward in the lane is going to help land skill shots. I want to see if the Xerath player actually wards the lane at all this game. When I coach people in silver, like I have to like drill it into people's heads to actually ward this lane, like actually warding the lane. It's such an odd concept, I think, for a lot of lower elo players, but like warding the lane, mid lane in particular, is so huge because you can see people branching out from top to bot, And also, if you're playing like a long range support like Xerath, it's going to help you land those max range Qs and ultis and stuff as well.
Top and 3 mid. Run.
I don't like this fight. Yeah, that's horrible.
We can poke, but we're
Run.
leaning towards leaving.
Ward the lane.
Q needs to focus on minions here.
Yeah, the problem is he can't wave clear properly now though, because it's like he has no vision. If it, literally where that movement ping is, if there was a ward there, it would see behind the tier 1 turret, like, you know, where it would be. So it would give him confidence to walk up into the fog of war kind of like blind like this, just to zap down the wave.
So I would try to like poke a little bit.
No.
Poke a little bit.
No.
Yeah, see.
Okay, right. There's something. 2 teammates are dead and Echo's in no man's land. That most you could probably do here is a Xerath ulti. You don't actually want to walk over to this location. We have no vision.
Ult Swain? Swain? Swain now? Make sure we're picking the right targets. We don't want to pick a target with full health. We want to put somebody at lethal, dude.
Gotcha. I was more trying to
stop thinking help. Echo. Stop thinking help and think get fed. You're Xerath. You're not fucking.
No.
You're not
why is he there? I know they're having a conversation right now, but he's in no man's land right now. He's so deep by himself. Look where he is on the map. Look where his team is.
Now we're gonna clear the wave.
He shouldn't be here.
Careful, he could have ult. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess he did just use it. But we're gonna clear the wave though. I don't want you risking it. Charge your Q up now. Should already be charged.
Like, he doesn't have to recall. He's got 700 gold, but there's not much you could buy with that, like a tome, and that would be it. He's got 3 wards and 2 good. He's healthy in tons of wards and resources right now. He doesn't have to recall, but I don't want to see him overextending like that by himself again. Echo's got no health either, so if a fight breaks out here, he can't help. Like, Xerath is overextending past the wave here for no reason. Once again, if we had a ward in the lane, we'd know more, but... No. No. You can't... Yeah, you got nothing... Yeah, exactly. You got nothing to recall for, but you can't do anything on the map right now. There's no map pressure. The Shen isn't on a turret right now. Your team isn't still fully grouped up properly to do, like, a siege on the mid lane, so, yeah, there isn't much you can do.
Hold tab. We should be thinking about what.
No, he's still too deep. Like, there's a Yone and a Rumble ulti, and we don't know where Rumble is right now. Yone's bot, so you can still get caught by a Rumble ult in this position.
On getting the wave out of our face. If Sivir's in mid, we can pass the gold to her. Careful,
ward here would be amazing. Yeah, this is stupid.
Do an all in. Yep, clear the wave.
Just wait for Shen to push in bot lane if in this situation. If Rumble ults here... Okay, Rumble should be stunned there. Rumble wasn't looking at his passive. He couldn't cast anything. He was silenced. He should have been Xerath stunned there, actually. Watch this Rumble walk up. He should have just been stunned for free there. Stunned. The stun was thrown out too late. You realized too late. So we have 4 people mid and we have a Shen bot. So in this situation, you just want to keep sieging in this mid lane area and let Shen do his thing on the bot lane turret. If someone goes down to bot side, then you can start looking for a fight mid. Because then you have Shen ulti advantage.
We'll just keep poking. We've got Shen bottom. Play defensive. They can all in you.
Careful, man. Yeah.
Just stand there. They can all in you. If you stand around, always be moving.
Okay. Now we've been ditched again. Look at the map situation. Sivir just went bot, Echo and Warwick just went top. So you have to play super defensive here. Once again, if there was a ward in this lane, it'd be really helpful to know. But like, I'm not fond of it. I think Xerath at this point should look to rotate to... A lane. No, I don't think he should be by himself. It could be top, it could be bot, don't care. I don't want him by himself mid here.
Now it's just us here, so our focus is max range poke and clearing wave.
But you can't max range poke though without a ward in the lane. It's impossible.
Get the wave out of your face first.
That's way too dangerous.
Charge it up. There you go. Make it nice and neat. Now W, fall back. And then Q again.
Rumble's just been spotted bot side, so is Swain, so you definitely
wave,
would just push this in as quickly as possible.
And then let's rotate to Baron.
Yeah, we're doing that. That's fine.
Sweep, make
okay.
sure that we're not walking over vision. Yeah.
Enemy team got a bit indecisive there. This is
really
slow.
good. If you guys get this,
Bit
Baron,
scary.
it's perfect.
Honestly, at this point, I think he's got okay wads. Like, if he didn't have wads here, he would be prioritizing putting a couple of wads at the entrances to the river.
Start rotating to the back of the pit, so you have the option to, yeah, because they're coming for you.
Yeah, you have to get to the back of the pit here.
All the way to the back, like touch the back and press B.
It's too late now to do that. You need to be at the back of the pit as the Baron was dying, but like, you should just press B recall as quickly as possible. Yeah, you want to get to the back of the wall so you can flash over if you have to after getting the Baron.
If they get you, we're gonna flash. You see, that's why I have you move in advance like that. Now you'll get your horizon. Well, I would just go for the AP. Yeah, let's go straight to drag. Go. You see that little adjustment? That little adjustment looks stupid, but you see why it works. They actually couldn't see you standing there.
Range.
Yeah, they couldn't even see you because they hadn't gone that deep in there. And then there's a chance, right, that you back at the last second. And if they catch you, you just flash over the wall. Clear mid first.
Wait, whoa. Why are we pathing like this into Dragon?
Because you could get caught for that.
He should have died there, actually.
So put a pink in here.
You can use W to you can use W to face check these brushes. And he hasn't popped oracles to here either. This is like this is a nightmare of support vision situation. He just checked into a dragon area where he had no vision priority. He didn't use his oracles to make sure that he was safe to even like walk in through those bushes, like close to them ish anyway in the first place. He didn't use his W to scout brushes. This is like,
we can give dragon away. We have Baron.
I don't know.
So
this is just not good enough. Wait a minute. Wait. Why are we mid by ourselves? They just did dragon. No, they just did dragon. Why are we mid by ourselves here like this? Like, we have Baron. We have a Kayn, our jungler, in base. Shen just respawned. Just let the wave do its thing. You're gonna have to wait like 30 seconds, but Shen will eventually get to tier 1 top. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Echo bot lane situation. But you're playing. We still don't know. They got their bot lane is bot, so the Swain and Vayne are bot right now. But we don't know where Rumble and Yone are and Warwick. 3 high engaged, like high range engagers, and we're down here. This looks bad.
Should be charged already.
I hate everything. Like this shouldn't be happening. I think it's really funny how we came through to like this coaching video because of the tri-brush, but I think this advice to stay here like this is horrible. Warwick just popped passive as well. Why are we so deep? Why are we why are we knocking on their tier 3 turret like this by ourselves? This is mental. I mean, I know Siva's there with us, but like, where's the Rumble and where's the Warwick? We would be 2v3 here, and if we die here, we wasted Baron. We could just wait 20. Oh my god.
I'd back up and ult him. Careful. No,
here's the cavalry. No, yeah. This is.
Make sure you W.
In no ELO is this acceptable. What just happened here?
Stop helping. No. Just get out.
No. That. Okay. What just happened there was like, actually just disgusting. It's the worst thing I've seen of this game so far. Nice should have told him not to be there in the first place. Like, because look at the position now. If we just waited 1 wave, right, maybe 2 waves, we have our AD carry still alive. We have Shen about to get tier 1 top turret for free. Echo is currently pushing in bot side, but that's probably only because they were chasing down these 2 clowns in the mid lane. Like, there is absolutely no reason as a support and AD carry to start knocking on the tier 3 mid turret, even with Baron, when the rest of your teammates aren't in position to facilitate that. Like, it's just super illegal. Just wait 30 seconds. I know it's boring to wait 30 seconds. Like, there's nothing to do. You literally just have to wait. It sucks. It's annoying. But like, you have to just wait for your team to get into position, because now Sivir's now dead, and now your whole team is going to have to wait for Sivir to recall and respawn, and then you're going to have like a tiny bit of Baron left for like maybe 1 or 2 turrets.
Get to the tower. Straight to tower.
Like, honestly, like, if they lose the game, it's because of this.
Find it.
Like, Xerath now has to recall.
Here. We need to keep our Baron up. And that will rotate back to mid after you get this.
I'm so frustrated that happened. Like, we're getting, like, we're making the worst macro plays in the world, but our solo lanes are carrying, like, they're doing their best to carry the situation. Like, the Shen just killed the Rumble, the Echo killed the Swain. Like, I don't know what's going on here right now. This is a disaster.
What do you mean? Just having everyone watching
I
you?
watch your videos all the time, and, like,
I'm really annoyed, actually, that even happened in the first place.
Being in the hot seat, you know, I didn't expect it to be this
Yeah,
intense.
man. You're doing fine, though. So I would hard shove this. Now walk straight up and just pressure. We've got a good team, so all we have to do is just keep waves moving.
Okay, so this situation is different from the last one. We have 2 people here in mid. It's now a 3v3. We're now even, and we have a poke of Xerath. 2 of the enemy team are dead. Swain's going to be respawning. I'm not too worried about the Swain. It's more of the Rumble. So you have a short window here of maybe 1 wave to potentially use harassment. But I think the best thing to do here is push in 1 wave and take jungle resources now. Like, we've kind of wasted our Baron now at this point.
And basically get carried here. As long as we don't just die for no reason, then we should be fine. Look where Kayn is. We're by ourselves, and we have no flash this time, so be very
Honestly, the team's doing the right thing. Like, Kayn's like, yeah, we just pushed in the mid lane, and then we're going to go take the jungle resources. That is exactly what should be happening right now.
defensive. Even more defensive than this.
That you can't push it. They can't be here now. Like, the Baron is about to run out. Just take the wolves, take the chickens, take the red buff, just take whatever you can, deny the enemy resources, and then group up again and see what you can do from there. You don't have a Shen ulti, so you can't like do a macro play like before with having Shen on the side. So you can, unless he has TP ready, the easiest objective on the map right now is actually tier 1 top or tier 2 bot. So I want to see us rotating to one of those 2 locations rather than just staying mid. Like, it doesn't make any sense to stay mid right now.
Let the game kind of come to you.
We're way too deep again.
Play more back, further back. There you go.
Ward the lane as well.
Because if Rumble ults us, we can't get out. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck he is.
Exactly. I mean, that should have been mentioned.
Could I get some vision over by wolves?
I'd be scared.
Like, we're pressuring nothing right now. Like, there's nothing that they can do in terms of pressure. Like, Echo isn't even... Echo is, like, just come out of his own base. Like, we're...
Weird sideways walks that are stressing me out. Forward and back. Like, towards home. Towards your nexus. None of this sideways shit. You're just asking to get flanked, to get ulted.
This mid lane needs to be warded as well. I don't know why we're not warding this mid lane. Ward anywhere in this mid lane, please.
Because you've got all these people in mid, and look at the map. Look where your team is. There's no need to really... There's no need to really go any further. All you have to do right now is just wave clear from the maximum range.
From this position, yeah, that's right.
At
the start.
Your side.
It shouldn't be my side. I do this every day.
It's apparently they're having voice technical issues or something. The Xerath can't hear Nice or something. This is deep, man. Just ult. Xerath ulti now. It took way too long. You got such a... You got such a long range ult there. Like, you should have ulted straight away as soon as the Echo engaged.
Can you still hear me, by the way?
Alright, I don't know what's going on here. They've got technical issues going on here.
You still there, Nice?
Yeah.
Okay, so this Xerath isn't getting walked through right now, but he needs to be helping his team more.
Try something real quick. And see if this fixes it.
Let's see if we can get past this then. Something happened and Xerath died.
Being watched right now, I would just pause your streams because these are...
Okay. Are they gonna have technical issues the whole time now?
Yeah, just wave clear.
We'll see if it's sorted out.
Start my stream on Discord. I can do that, guys. Hold up.
If they keep having technical issues, I think we should just stop because I don't think it's fair to Veronis particularly then, because he's going to be way too distracted to pay attention here. The Xerath just needs to play safe right now.
He broke Discord. Alright, just wave clear it. We can't die or we lose Baron.
Yep, that's true.
Should I go ward Baron?
Yeah, let's drop a ward on Baron.
Yeah, you can follow the echo. Oh, okay. Ulti.
Just ult,
Yeah.
ult.
Ulti. No, you're on a rumble ult.
Oh, no way.
And the entry is burned.
So right there, when you see them on Baron, you're getting way too close to them. You should just open with ult, like
Yep.
from the fog of war somewhere.
Yep, 100%. I agree.
Gotcha. Yeah, I walked up to Q poke.
He seems to be
Yeah,
hesitant.
That was the wrong
Like, he
move.
seems to be hesitant to ulti, like, at all, this Xerath player. I would even, like, go as far as to say, like, you know, like, on Xerath, it's okay to, like, ult poke before a fight even starts, because in some situations, especially when they collapse on you like this, with, like, the Yone and Rumble ulti, you're not actually going to be able to get a decent ulti off anyway. So it's actually okay to use your ult to pre-harass enemies that can't lifesteal off creeps and stuff, and then just rely on your QWE for the rest of the fight. But yeah, the ults just aren't quick enough and snappy enough. Like, as soon as they were on Baron, I would be like ulting like crazy just to make sure they don't carry on with it.
It's only wrong because you're the first thing they see. So they're just gonna turn on
everyone
you.
loves a squishy mage.
Mm-hmm. There's a bit of a mind game there where it's like you have
I can't help feel like if they end up losing this game, that the whole macro mid lane blunder that should never have been happening in the first place is like why they lose this game though.
I always talk about with poke champs, you have to give people credit even if you can't see them, and you have to realize that when they see you, they always will freak out on you.
Yeah, it's like, let's get rid of this harassing little dude over here.
Having a little chit chat.
All right, so we just gotta survive Baron and we're okay.
Yeah, it's the enemy's job now
Alright.
to push in.
That's cool.
Although it seems like we're being aggressive on the top side, so which means we need to push in mid quite hard now. There's a big fight going on mid, top lane, and we can't get there in time, so we need to push in mid.
All right, go right into shoving mid because you've got 3 top,
Yep,
and they just gotta shut down. And if we push, we don't have to deal with Baron.
yep, exactly. The more time that they're spent in their own side of the base of Baron, the more Baron is just wasted.
It's more important that you don't try to kill them, that you just get rid of their waves and just keep them in the base.
Mm-hmm. Ward though, he needs to use his wards. He's got 4 ward charges and he's not used a single one.
Remember, forward back. You're doing weird.
This has not
sideways
been touched
movements
on
that
at
give
all.
me Anxiety.
I think he's planted like what 4 wards the entire game or something crazy low like that. That's insane.
Because you always have to assume that someone's trying to flank you every time you back up.
Do I rotate with this?
No.
or just stay mid?
Remember what our goal is. We just need to survive Baron. If they're not pushing, we're very happy.
Like that ward there was okay, but he should have warded over the wall to get this corridor, the top to mid rotation as well, visioned up, because now like if he's pushing in lasering from here, this fog of war like to his left, to our left, should I say, is like this area here is just it's kind of scary.
Happy. Forward back. You still love to move side to side. There you go.
We're gonna put
It's
ward
fundamentals.
like in the lane again just to see where they are. Just let the Shen push in top side, and yeah, we just have to. We're not going to necessarily get anything on the mid here.
And it's also going to get you in the habit of every time
It's too
you
far
click,
deep. He's
you
still
click
too
away
deep.
from people, and that keeps you safer. Run. Yeah.
You could just pop ulti
All
now.
right. As long as they don't.
Like we'll
push you
back off a
down,
bit
I'm
more
very
and then do
happy. He
ulti
might
maybe.
ult
It's
you.
too late now.
Careful.
You had an ult opportunity there
Okay.
just to poke them. W. Good.
That's really good. You just
You can
wasted
still
that.
ult harass, just ult harass, just use it, just to poke. Hit the rumble a little bit, hit someone a bit, Swain a bit. Yeah, ult, come on.
Squishies.
Yeah, beautiful. A lot of damage there.
That's
He-
good.
He panicked because he got hit by Swain W. No, back off. It's time if you lost this fight. It's over.
Okay. I've seen worse things.
Run. That
Right
fight
up
went
his
better
beak.
than I thought it would. Still, we lost the fight, but I don't know. If he altered sooner, maybe we would have won that fight.
So
The initial hit on
yes.
Yone was really good. Like if he could have hit the Rumble like an extra one,
I
2 more
wouldn't. I would
times
just go
there,
Void
maybe.
Staff.
Should I grab the book and just go for Blind
I would go
Jewel?
for the. I would go for the blasting one. Just get on the map. We need a wave clear.
No.
Take it
I know
to-
it's tempting,
ult
but
that.
no. I think you need to get that magic penetration in as quickly as possible if you're going Void Staff. It's going to delay it a little bit too long. Does he really need magic resistance though? What's their team again? Rumble, Warwick, Yone, Swain. I mean, they haven't got that much magic resistance on the team. Like Void Staff isn't bad, even if they haven't got magic resistance there. But like, it feels like Death Cap is going to be too much at this point of the game. I don't know. I'm just gonna. I'll have to think about that. But I think if he should be prior to, if he's gonna go Void Staff, he needs to buy the I can't remember what it's called. the magic penetration jewel, like that
not
path
Rumble. I
first.
don't care about Rumble. I care about Vayne.
Nice hit, 700 damage.
There you go.
Unlucky.
Now clear the wave. Alright, assist ping drag, go. We gotta get there. Assist ping drag. Sweep as well. Sweep. You could be rocking over vision everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what we were mentioning like earlier. Like you have to check.
Rumble might ult you, careful. I wouldn't want to encourage it like this. Oh god.
Exhaust flash, exhaust flash, exhaust flash, exhaust flash.
Not respectful enough.
Yeah, so that time you got punished for face
Remember,
checking that area, whereas last time you didn't get punished.
The
Looking for the
first
vision
person they
here.
see. You're the first person they see.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this echo's huge.
Are they going to lose now? They
They
should
don't end
lose.
the game or anything off of that, so you're fine.
Really? Hold on. Really? What's the mid wave? They can get yeah, they can't end. They can get dragon, they can get inhib. They can recall, push back and top and set up for and bot. So they can set up for Baron now as well. But yeah, they can't end the game.
Alright, just wave clear, and then we're gonna try, if we can, remember that our target every fight should probably be Vayne or Yone to just break his shield bow. Okay?
Gotcha.
If you break his shield bow, then just switch target.
I think just hit anyone. Honestly, it just like hit anyone that you can. Like if like
Walk up there.
I think it's too difficult to say specifically focus one target with his ulti. I think you just need to hit AoE. Like you can hit more than one target with per shot with your Xerath ulti, and the fights have generally been quite clumped. I think I would just be quite greedy and just try and hit like 2 people at the same time. Like there's no tank on their team anyway. So the Void stuff, like for example, anyway, this is why I'm like hesitant towards it. Isn't that necessary? I would make him sell. He's got. I'm in the way a little bit. He's got Dark Seal. I would sell that and just get like the. If you can afford it, the jewel. I can't remember what it's called. The Void stuff. Just get rid of that. Get the magic penetration in.
There and clear the wave right away.
Vision on the map is horrendous.
Mainly the big creep is what I care about.
He needs to have like a ward in the middle of the lane again just to help see rotations. Baron's about to respawn. It's going to be a horrible time now in terms of vision.
Cool.
Face check time. Here we go.
Now go where Sivir's going, because your positioning starts to struggle the longer this game goes.
Wards.
behind the
Wards.
pit, yeah.
We haven't planted a single ward yet.
You play behind the pit. If
Just-
you see Vayne, I want you to just ult and blast Vayne.
He's playing too defensively though. Like he does need to play defensive, but like ward that bush. Ward that bush, for example. Just use your ward charges, man. They don't have to be like the most amazing wards in the
Go for
world and the
Vayne.
deepest wards, but you need
Careful,
like
that guy.
just glimpses of vision to know where the enemy is
Alright,
not.
ult Vayne, you just saw her on the minimap.
Ulti. Those were decent Xerath ultis. 2 shots out of 4.
Go fuck with Vayne.
Yeah, go. Laser. Okay, that's a nice hit though. E. His team fight.
I truly believe that ult wins that fight. Go ahead and yeah. We do this. They have to back.
Yeah, the 2 ult shots were good. His damage is good. The Xerath's damage is good.
Shen, please. What are you doing, bro? Shen, oh my god. Oh, okay. He's worried about smite.
Oh yeah, we don't have a smite.
This is kind of trash. If Shen's not gonna tank, you need.
Yeah, Shen needs to
you
tank
need to
it.
rotate and just deal with the Shen's being an idiot. He's bad. Yeah, just reset. This is a tragedy. Shen trolled us. Just get out of here.
Yeah, that's true. Shen should have tanked it. Xerath should. Honestly, Xerath.
Pop him.
No, he started with E.
Okay, he sees us. Leave. He clearly sees us.
Mechanical blunders everywhere.
Nice.
Nice stun though. Nice laser coming.
Alright, just get us out of here before we get chased.
Mechanical blunder. You can't coach that. Also, notice he has walked past so many brushes, both defensively and like in the river. Not a single ward has been placed. Also, yeah, on hindsight, you should have control wards. Like, this is like support vision nightmare. Every support player main watching this right now that actually wards, like, this is kind of classic mid laner coming over to play support and just like not using their ward charges. That needs to be fixed urgently.
We might have to stay because they're on Baron. Watch Baron. Look at Baron.
This is why I don't like the bond here as well. It's like, it messes up the inventory. Because I'd sell Dark Seal, have that Blighted Jewel, and just have control wards. And then you just fully then complete it into Void Staff. Because now you're in a crappy situation where you've got this blasting wand, but the jewel is stronger than the blasting one now.
Yeah, they're on it. We're gonna ult Vayne.
Yeah, ult Vayne here. Oh no!
Go poke him. Vayne's target, remember.
Nice W.
Let's try.
I think that one's just more mechanical.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that I get hung up on with Xerath is moving to poke. Because I was trying to poke that Vayne, but because I was clicking here, I was moving around Baron Pit instead of into Baron Pit right here.
Yeah, it's all good. I think our Shen definitely made that tough. But at the same time, there's lots of little positional errors that are adding up with you that I can see.
I don't know what the recap's going to be, but this is what my recap would be for the player. Being mid, overextending like that, I think legit costing the game. Like, we can talk about the Shen trolling at Baron, sure, the Shen messed up, whatever. Focus back onto the player. Overextending mid lane like that with Baron was super troll. Like, the most troll thing. It happens a lot in Silver, but it's like the most troll thing that happened in the game. You just basically just threw the lead down the drain and made they had to restart everything. Some games you just have to sit in lane at your tier 1 turret and just wait 30 seconds. I know it feels like super unproductive. Like, if there's no jungle camps for you to do on your side, and there's nowhere for you to ward safely, and you're still waiting for people to come out of base, it's just like a really bad team recalls, and you're punished to have to wait 30 seconds. But if you don't wait 30 seconds, we see then what happens in the mid lane, where you're overextending, trying to find things to do, and actually that's just the wrong thing to do. Like, because your team is not in a position to, if you do then get engaged on, your team can't take anything for them having 5 people down mid. So that was like the biggest problem this game. Second one was warding. Warding was not mentioned at all once in this coaching session, but warding was diabolical. It was probably one of the worst. This is going to sound really harsh, but I think, like, people, I think, you know, being truthful here, it is probably the worst warding I have seen from any support in terms of a coaching session. Like, it literally looked like a mid laner had just come into the support role and just played support Xerath. Need to ward when moving, need to ward that mid lane, need to ward brushes. Like, they don't have to be always the most amazing deep ward brushes that we were getting him to do. They just need to be, we need wards, just full stop. Like, I think we probably planted like 5 wards maybe this entire game, which is definitely not good enough. Mechanics definitely need to be worked on. So that's just not something that you can't really coach properly. I think the advice on the ulti, waiting to use the shots, is good. I think smartcast on the ulti needs to happen. I think things like laning phase, auto hitting minions more frequently for the passive mana, it needs to happen. And things like not ulting under a turret, enemy turret. Let's just try not to do that. Items, I prefer getting the Sorc. This is personal preference now. I prefer Sorc shoes before completing Ludens. I think their movement speed is huge, even on something like Xerath. Xerath is immobile as it is, and the magic penetration, extra damage is huge. Use ult sooner. Just use ult sooner in terms of harassment, damaging. I think overall, and it all kind of stems. The only reason why we'll end up watching this video is because of the tri-brush mentioned at the start. I think it starts Xerath always start W. W level 1. It's cheaper, does more damage. Start it and it slows. Just hit them in the tri-brush, run away. That was the original plan anyway. That's kind of what Nice was saying. The theory is fine. The execution was terrible. Yeah, I mean, I think the Reddit post was stupid, and in terms of like bringing this up for that. But I think the worst thing I've seen was that the macro decision in that mid lane is, in my opinion, the most troll thing. Yeah, there was too many times where Xerath was just by himself with no wards, like in the lane, to see if it was safe to push in a wave. And it just exposed him too much to Rumble ulti and Yone ulti, and he got punished for it that one time. Face checking in areas was not good enough. He wasn't using his W or his oracles to check, you know, around wards around him as well. So yeah, there's a lot that this Xerath can do to improve. There's a lot of things on that list to go through. That would be like my reaction to that coaching game. I think Nice overall did an okay job. I wouldn't say this is probably one of his best works. I haven't seen any of his other coaching sessions, but I'm going to give him like the benefit of the doubt. Like, this is probably, there was technical issues, so he was distracted and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't think this was probably the best coaching session that I've seen personally. But you know, hopefully, you know, if Nice does end up watching this, I wish you all the best with all your coaching stuff I know that you're doing. Just if you, I don't know if this is just a one-off, but your supports need to be warding more often for sure. And that mid lane ward, like the mid lane ward, I'm sure that you're aware of it. Just needs to happen. It's just super important. Like in high elo, that people even go to the point of putting control wards in the middle of the lane just to make sure they can't see rotations. Just that mid lane ward just needs to happen, whether it's defensively or aggressively. It's like literally the most important ward in the game. So I'm a little bit sad in a way that warding wasn't more of an emphasis here. It was more about positioning and macro, and I don't agree with most of the macro decisions. I don't know if you could argue it's more personal preference, but I personally think the macro decisions there, and a couple of them were pretty bad. So we're gonna disagree on the macro stuff. Hopefully some of the stuff I said maybe made sense. I think the itemization, personal preference again. I think Sorc shoes is better, but I'm not a fan of the Dark Seal and free boot start as mentioned at the start. And yeah, I think there's meant to be something else there meant to be talking about there, but I think the whole gist of the coaching session was fine. It was just okay, like 6.5 out of 10. If I had to put a bang on rating on that, in my opinion, it's yeah, it's really interesting because the whole point of me watching this whole video was the Reddit thread and about talking about the level 1 tri-brush being a disaster, but that wasn't even like that bad. There was actually other stuff in this game that could have been a lot better, but hopefully, you know, it puts some perspective, like someone else looking at someone else coaching. I don't know if Nice has had this done before. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I don't know how he's gonna necessarily react to something like this if he does end up watching this. But yeah, this isn't meant to like cause any drama or anything like that. I was just very curious because my name got mentioned for this video, so I thought I'd chime in and you know, I've done some coaching before. I'm not probably anywhere remotely as close experience as Nice in terms of coaching. He's probably done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games, whereas I've done like double digit, like 50, 60 games maybe. But hopefully, you know, bringing in my kind of experience and expertise into the support role, whereas I think Nice is a top laner, I believe. Or yeah, so it's kind of literally opposite side of the map, but there are still some fundamentals there that you can still transfer over. But hopefully some of the things I said there were constructive, and you know, if Nice thinks they're good constructive, then maybe he can bring them into his future coaching sessions just to make his coaching sessions a little bit stronger. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, this video was meant to be for like no ill will or anything like that. Wish Nice and his community all the best, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and you know, maybe we can look at some other coaches and stuff like that as well to make sure they're giving the best advice to my opinion. Once again, this is all my opinion. Everything I could just be saying, it could be wrong, but it's my opinion on this one particular game and stuff. Like, I'm not expecting everyone to be playing perfectly every single game, but I think it's nice to have like a different perspective on stuff as well. So take care guys, and I'll see you guys again for another video tomorrow.